And so one day I was in my small office, and the soldiers came, with these high, big trucks. They stopped, surrounded the house, barged into the office where I was sitting. I was there with 2 of my disciples, and they arrested all of us, threw us into the truck, and took us to the headquarters. Once we got to the headquarters, I asked them, "Who are you looking for?" I knew they were looking for me because they did not know me. And they said, "Well, look, who is Pastor?" I said, "I am Pastor." And I said, "Okay, release these guys if they have nothing to do with this." And so they released them. These guys ran for their lives. They never even turned back. They just ran. And that reminded me of what Jesus went through with Peter. They ran for they ran for their life, and then they threw me back into the truck, brought me to my house. I had a small shanty house I was living. They ransacked all the place and threw me back into the truck, took me back to their headquarters. So once we got to the headquarters, they put me in a 40-foot container. I was put in a 40-foot container. I was placed in a 40-foot container. And in that container that they placed me, there was no ventilation. No ventilation, no wind, nothing. And they just closed the container, no ventilation. I was put in there. And I was there from morning till evening. They said, "We're going to kill you by nightfall, we'll kill you, because you have been talking against us." So, but when I entered into the container, for the whole of the day I was just worshiping God, singing and praising God. And then they would come and kick against the container. "Shut up, stop singing." These sea containers, if you know the sea containers, "Stop singing." I said, "No, I'm going to sing until I meet my God. Nothing will stop me from singing." And so late in the evening, by 6 to 7 in the evening, our local time, they came and they opened the container. And by that time I was sweating, and it was hot. It was March month, the hottest month. And I came out, I was still singing to God. And they took me up to their colonel. And I went, and he told me to sit down, and I sat down. And then he asked me this question. He said, "What makes you so bold?" I said, "Sir, do you want to know what makes me bold?" He said, "Yes, I want to know what makes you so bold." I said, "Sir, there's something inside of me. It's greater than anything that's in the world." I said, "That's the thing that makes me so bold." He said, "What is that thing?" I said, "It is called the Holy Spirit." And he shook his head. And then he said to me, "If you were in the army, by now you would have been a general." I said, "I'm in the army, sir." And he said, his eyes went, "Which army?" I said, "I am the Lord's army, sir." And he just laughed, and he said, "All right, I'm going to release you, but report here first thing in the morning tomorrow." And I said, "Yes, sir." So I left. When I came back home, my wife, my neighbors, we were all crying because nobody expected me to come back. And when they saw me, they thought it was a ghost. I said, "It's not a ghost, it's me, I'm back." And so I came that night. Everybody was advising me, "Oh, don't go back, run away, hide. Maybe they just want to try you, But I said, "No, I'm going to go there." So first thing in the morning, I was at the gate. So when the guy saw me at the gate, he said, "So you came back?" I said, "Yes, you told me to come, that's why I'm here." So I went up to the general, sat down, and then the general put a tape, and then I had me, they recorded my voice when I was speaking against them. And so eventually he said, "Why didn't you come and tell me about this, that this is what my boys are doing?" I said, "Well, I did not know you. I did not have the opportunity to reach to you. But now that it has happened, next time I will come and see you when I see things that are not right." And he said, "Okay, but I want you to do me one favor." I said, "What is it, sir?" He said, "I want you to be coming to this place once a week. Please come and talk to my boys. I want them to be like you, to be very strong like you." And so I said, "Okay." So every Thursday I started going to the military, started talking to them. And so eventually that's how I started working with the army. And today, God has used me to train several people in the army. And the military is planting churches. And as I speak to you, they've planted more than 50 churches around in the country. And that's where that relationship started.